The First Punic War was fought between Rome and Carthage from 264 BC to 241 BC. The war was primarily fought over control of Sicily, which was an important source of grain and other resources. Carthage was a powerful city-state in North Africa that controlled a vast empire that included parts of Spain, North Africa, and the Western Mediterranean. Rome, on the other hand, was a rising power in Italy that was seeking to expand its territories and influence beyond the Italian peninsula. The war began when Rome intervened in a dispute between two Sicilian cities, Messana and Syracuse. Both cities had been under the control of Carthage, but Messana had rebelled and was seeking Rome's assistance. Rome saw an opportunity to expand its influence and sent troops to Sicily, and the war began. The war was fought both on land and at sea. Rome had a strong army, but it did not have a navy. Carthage, on the other hand, had a powerful navy that had been dominant in the Western Mediterranean for centuries. The Carthaginian navy was led by skilled admirals such as Hannibal Gisco and Hanno the Great. To challenge Carthage's naval dominance, Rome built a large fleet of ships. They copied a Carthaginian ship that had been captured and improved on the design, building ships that were faster, more maneuverable, and more heavily armed than Carthaginian ships. Rome's navy was commanded by talented generals such as Gaius Duilius and Marcus Atilius Regulus. One of the key battles of the war was the Battle of Mylae, which took place in 260 BC. In this battle, Rome's navy, under the leadership of Gaius Duilius, defeated a Carthaginian fleet. This was the first time that Rome had won a major naval battle, and it gave Rome control of the seas around Sicily. Rome went on to win several more naval battles, including the Battle of Ecnomus in 256 BC. On land, the war was characterized by a series of sieges and battles. The most famous of these was the Siege of Agrigentum, which took place in 262 BC. The Romans surrounded the city of Agrigentum and cut off its food supply, eventually forcing the Carthaginians to surrender. The war continued for several more years, with both sides winning and losing battles. Eventually, Carthage began to suffer from a lack of resources and was unable to continue the war. In 241 BC, Rome and Carthage signed a peace treaty, which ended the war. Carthage was forced to give up its territories in Sicily and pay a large indemnity to Rome. The First Punic War was significant for several reasons. It marked the beginning of Rome's expansion into the Western Mediterranean and established Rome as a major naval power. The war also demonstrated Rome's ability to adapt to new challenges and develop new tactics. Finally, the war set the stage for the Second Punic War, which would be fought several decades later and would have an even greater impact on the Mediterranean world.